Hi there, I'm Alec. And no, everybody, I am not dead. Somebody almost did kill me, though, but I'm still here. I'm still walking this earth. Can't get rid of me that easily now, can ya? Anyway, this is kind of more just for show. I don't actually need to wear this. Alright, there we go. I can take this off the stand. I can hold it. Anyway, on to the topic at hand. Get it? Because I broke both of my hands. It's funny, I swear. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I like to talk about Disney Channel. Because, I mean, there's just so much to talk about. From original movies to original series, from band episodes to spin-off episodes, from music videos to literal channel bumpers. I have been milking Disney Channel for content for years. I mean, it feels like I do some research into one topic for a video, and then all of a sudden I unearth hundreds of thousands of other kernels of information that I'm just like, those are spicy. I wanna make a video about that. So, why stop there? I feel like it's high time we talk about some of the pinnacle of Disney Channel content. And that, my dear friends, is the Disney Channel crossovers. If you didn't watch Disney Channel as a kid, preteen, teenager, whatever, back in the early 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s, let me just catch you up to speed. Disney Channel crossovers were monumental events in our childhoods. I mean, TV crossovers in general have been around for decades, and they've always been event television. I mean, ask your grandparents where they were when Superman was on I Love Lucy, or when the Jetsons were on the Flintstones. But I'm just saying, it felt like the Disney Channel crossovers, they had that juice. They had that dog in them. It was just, you know? It was just some of the best television. Of course, I'm talking about That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana, Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana, Sunny with a Chance with Hannah Montana. That wasn't a thing, but Hannah Montana could be anywhere. All the Lilo and Stitch the series crossovers. I mean, gosh dang. They had Kim Possible. They had American Dragon Jake Long. They had Recess. They had The Proud Family. I mean, who else? I think that was it. I mean, who was next? Phineas and Ferb. Was Perry the Platypus a cousin? He probably would have been. Then the lore would have been, oh my god, Perry's an alien? Unless we forget when the Cheetah Girls was on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Oh, wait. No. Disney actually does want us to forget that one. Thanks, Chris Brown. You asshole. But there's one Disney Channel crossover that I completely forgot about until I did some digging a while back while looking for video ideas. And that crossover was Studio DC Almost Live. Two specials that featured a bunch of Disney Channel stars and the Muppets. By the way, I've had this DVD for like 2 years now, so I could like get the footage off of it for when I eventually was going to make this video. But then in the meantime, somebody actually uploaded both specials to YouTube in pretty good quality, so I guess I'll just put this in the background as a prop. In both specials of Studio DC Almost Live, we see the Disney Channel stars and the Muppets getting ready in the hours leading up to when they're about to put on a live show together. It's kind of like the original Muppet Show in a way, if you ever seen that or watched it on Disney+. But I personally feel like these specials are kind of gravitating more towards a Saturday Night Live kind of vibe, mainly because in both specials, one hosted by Dylan and Cole Sprouse, the other by Selena Gomez, we see them like practicing their monologues, doing table reads of sketches. We see multiple musical guest performances, kind of like that, you know what I mean? And it was cool because you got to see Disney Channel fan favorites like Miley Cyrus, the Jonas Brothers, the Cheetah Girls, Demi Lovato interact with the Muppets, which, hell yeah, love the Muppets. Just who doesn't love the Muppets, you know? I mean, hell, if you don't like the Muppets, what are you doing watching this video? Click off of it. Bye-bye. Watch some of my other videos, though, please. Anyway, all these fan favorites, the Muppets, they all try to get together so they can put on this live show. Live being in quotation marks because we don't actually ever get to see this show. And all of the Muppets are up to their own crazy shenanigans, except for Kermit, of course. He's a perfect little frog. And they all try to get the Disney Channel stars wrapped up in their harebrained schemes in the time leading up to the live show. Now, I remember when Studio DC Almost Live premiered. I remember it being a pretty big deal back in the day. I remember the specials were pretty heavily advertised in the weeks leading up to when they were going to come out, especially the first one. The first one was coming out in like August of 2008, so like Disney Channel was red hot at this time. Camp Rock had just come out in June of that year, and High School Musical 3 was about to come out in October. So if you weren't watching Disney Channel at that time, you either were too old, too young, or you sucked. So even with a lot of people watching Disney Channel at the time, and also many crossovers from Disney Channel being very well beloved, why have these specials with the goddamn Muppets go forgotten? Well, I think I have the answer. But first, I want to show you the specials themselves. I know you want to see them. I'll show them to you, but only if you're good, so you better sit. Sit. Good. Was creepy, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get into it. The first show starts off with some opening credits, introducing the stars that are going to be on this show. Just like SNL, huh? What did I say? So we got Miley Cyrus, we got Billy Ray Cyrus, we got the Jonas Brothers, we got the cast of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. They're all here. Everyone is here. Now, why do some cast members have special shots of themselves, meanwhile others have clips of themselves from the episode? I mean, y'all couldn't take a moment to film Ashley Tisdale? Was she too busy? Actually, she might have been. High School Musical 3 was about to come out.
From Studio DC, let's give it up for your hosts, Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
So Dylan and Cole Sprouse are the hosts of this episode of Studio DC Almost Live, and they come out to practice their monologue before the show. One thing I like is that Cole says to Dylan,
Dylan, can you believe it? We're actually here hosting Studio DC Almost Live.
Dylan should have been like, not really, because I don't even know what Studio DC Almost Live is. It's the first episode. We have nothing to compare it to. But before the twins can continue their monologue, all of a sudden, snow comes from the sky.
It's snowing?
That's right, my friend. And did you know why it's snowing?
Because you two are so cool.
But in actuality, it's snowing because Pepe and Rizzo have this concept album that they're trying to pitch to Dylan and Cole.
Pepe and I are available to produce your new holiday rap album, Chillin' in Cole's Whack Christmas in the Hoodie. Yo. Yo.
This special aired in August, by the way. What's funny to me is that I'm sure you all know that Disney Channel has created so many like pop stars and tried to make so many of their actors become singers as well, that I am sure that there was a time when Dylan and Cole were sat in a room with a bunch of executives and they pitched an idea for them to do an album just like this. Hey, everybody thinks you are like the cool twins, so you could do like a Beastie Boys type rap where you feed off of each other, huh? And guess what? The holidays are coming up, so why don't you guys do a little Christmas rap album, huh? It just screams Disney executive figured out that Dylan and Cole's name rhymed with chillin' and cold, and they were like, oh my god. Somebody get Dylan and Cole in the recording booth ASAP. So after they fail their pitch to Dylan and Cole, Pepe and Rizzo are called off by Scooter, who's just gonna give it to them. And Scooter also tells Dylan and Cole over the PA that they are needed for a sketch read-through. When in comes Gonzo, who informs Dylan and Cole that he's already heard the first single off of their album.
I was really starting to like the first single on your album.
What? First single?
Yeah, Rizzo the Red-Nosed Rat rap.
You know, we never sang anything.
Huh. I wondered why you had such thick Spanish accents.
Well, at least it wasn't one of those songs that uses AI to reproduce their voices for it. As Dylan, Cole, and Gonzo head to the read-through, we then transition over to Billy Ray Cyrus, who is singing a song off the one album that he did with Walt Disney Records. Just a nice little advertisement within your advertisements.
He said I ain't gonna go.
Just a great little performance. That's lacking Muppets. Where the fuck are they? Like, come on. I don't want to hear your song unless Miss Piggy is trashing you in the background. Like, come on, I thought this was supposed to be a Muppet crossover. Where's Ralph on the keys?
That's great, guys. Let's take 5.
And then Disney Channel royalty V. Miley Cyrus shows up, and she asks her dad if he just performed with the new band that they're getting.
Our guys never showed up.
What's that?
Hey, Miley, that's your brand new band.
See,
Yeah.
they became available when we heard that your band was,
Tied up.
What do Rizzo and Pepe have up their sleeves? Or for Pepe, multiple sleeves? It's Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. Of course, of course. I mean, if we were going to have musical guests, obviously they had to show up, right?
So we take cash.
All credit cards accepted.
Yeah, personal check.
Belgian waffles.
Animal seems to be starstruck by Miley and calls her pretty. And Miley flirts back, complimenting Animal on his jewelry.
Ooh, like your bling.
Bling, bling.
Which is really just the chain that they use to make sure he doesn't attack people. Look, this is a good bit. I love Animal. He's one of my favorite Muppets. And the fact that Animal just has Riz, even though he can only say a few words, it's hilarious. So then we see Miley perform her song Girls Night Out GNO with the Electric Mayhem. It's a great time. The Menomina little creatures show up. It's so cute. It's amazing. I love it. It's just a really good musical integration with the Muppets.
It's a girl's night. It's alright without you.
And then after their performance, Dr. Teeth goes over to Billy Ray and compliments his daughter on her singing.
Dr. BRC, your daughter sings most mellifluously.
And we see that Miley and Animal are gonna go out on a date. See guys, being direct works wonders. Animal told Miley that he thought she was pretty in a direct but polite manner. And now he's presumably Miley's rebound after Miley broke up with Nick Jonas.
Date!
Molly, wait!
Get ready.
Get set.
Go!
We then transition back to Dylan, Cole, and Gonzo as they arrive at the read-through. Brenda Song and Phil Lewis are already there, and they talk about the sketch that they're there to read.
So, does anyone know why the sketch is called The Sweet Life of Zasha and Codefish?
I mean, I just don't get it. You know, I don't get why it's called the Swede life. Now I get it.
I mean, it's so obvious. It's so perfect. I mean, the Swede life, Swedish chef, sweet life, it writes itself. As Swedish Chef tries to explain the sketch to them, I wanted to call him Mr. Mosby for a second. Phil admits to the rest of them that he can't understand what the Swedish Chef is saying.
Guys, I can't understand a word he's saying.
That makes two of us. That makes three of us.
What do you not get by hurdy-gurdy-doody-dur? I mean, come on, Phil. How insensitive can you be? He's speaking as plain as the rest of us. But good thing Brenda's there, because apparently she can speak fluent Swedish.
Husk att sista våsa den till vänster svensk.
Like a new pigeon in the food.
What? Hello, Swedish?
That bit did make me laugh. They then all dress up for the parts and do a read-through. Dylan plays Zasha, Cole plays Codefish, and Mr. Mosby plays Mr. Moosey.
You, the kinder, have done it again.
And as you can see from Brenda's shoulder movement on the side over there, Phil actually does make her break. Very funny. I love it.
Yay, Miski!
The Swedish Chef just loves it. He is crying. He is just saying bravo to the actors. But the other actors, they have a couple notes. And the notes transition us into an actual sketch where Kermit is helping Mr. Mosby out at the Tipton.
Are you sure you can handle running this hotel? It's not an easy job, Kermit.
Well, I am used to chaos.
Well, good. Then you will fit right in at the Tipton.
So in this sketch, Mr. Mosby is going on vacation and hires Kermit to be his replacement. Then London comes in, introduces herself, and leaves to go have lunch with Miss Piggy.
Now that is London Tipton. She is the hotel owner's daughter. Whatever she wants, she gets.
Just like Miss Piggy.
Just the perfect duos. The characters and their Muppet counterparts. Like, we already had Pepe and Rizzo with Zach and Cody, and they're kind of like the mischief duo of the Muppets. We got the sassy and selfish Miss Piggy with London, and the straight-edge leader of Kermit with Mr. Mosby. It works perfectly already. I love it.
And just a reminder, the air conditioning is still on the blink, and our hotel engineer Arwin is on a cruise with his mother.
Now, obviously, everybody, I would have loved for Brian Stepanek to have been in this special. He's already practically a Muppet, as we went over in the Brian O'Brien video. But they got the perfect replacement for him.
Hey, Kermit, I'm on my way to condition the air.
Oh, he's perfect.
Mr. Mosby then introduces Kermit to Zach and Cody, who just give Kermit the gentlest handshakes ever. I mean, I understand. I would not want to hurt Kermit the Frog.
Now, Kermit will be taking over while I'm away.
Oh, don't tell me you're going to another one of those pocket hanky conventions.
Maybe.
After Mr. Mosby entrusts Kermit with the Tipton Hotel, he leaves, and then Gonzo comes back and tells Kermit that he got lost on his way to the basement.
So, Gonzo, did you fix the air conditioner already?
Well, I was on my way there, but I got lost.
Well, why? Where'd you end up?
Vermont.
So then Zach and Cody volunteer to show Gonzo the way down there. As Zach, Cody, and Gonzo leave, London calls out for Mr. Mosby, so Kermit comes running. Look at his little walk, he's so precious. And London, being London of course, is clueless as ever.
Mr. Mosby? Something's different. Did you cut your hair?
No, I'm not Mr. Mosby. I'm Kermit the Frog.
Wait a minute, you're not Mr. Mosby. You're Kermit the Frog.
It's a good thing she's rich.
I like that Miss Piggy is still Miss Piggy in this sketch. Like, they don't have her act the exact same as London is. She's still just Miss Piggy. She loves that London is rich and would love to use that for her benefit, to get all the little tea and cookies that she can and that she deserves, but she still acknowledges, damn, this Tipton girl dumb as hell.
Actually, I'm stinking rich.
Even better!
Yay me!
Then there's a transition within the sketch, which I just think is funny, that we will be seeing pretty often in between these two specials, where Animal is playing a drum solo to the music.
Are you okay there, Gonzo? A knock twice for yes and once for no. I'm gonna take that as a maybe.
So as Gonzo attempts to fix the air conditioning with Zach and Cody, Kermit has to run around everywhere to appease both London and Miss Piggy. I love it when Kermit does the fucking little shaky frown thing that he's doing in the background there. You can just see the steam coming out of his ears. Like, this dude's about to go off. But he keeps it in because he's Kermit the Frog. I will say, the one thing about this sketch that kind of irks me about it is that there's a lot of transitions in between the Kermit plot and the Gonzo plot. Like, you'll stay on the Gonzo plot for 10 seconds and you're like, okay, he's going through the vents, and then we cut back to Kermit and he's like having to hop around for London and Miss Piggy, and then we go back to Gonzo, and then we go back to Kermit, and then we go back to Gonzo. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, these things are happening at the same time, but it's a little bit much. Anyway, after Gonzo fixes the air conditioning, he is then sucked through it and is sent careening through the vents. And as that happens, right when Mr. Mosby is about to leave for HankyCon, Kermit quits.
Mr. Mosby, I quit.
But what about HankyCon?
Look, I am sorry about that, but London and Miss Piggy have run me ragged. The air conditioner's still not fixed. Gonzo is missing, and I'm not sure about those boys, but I think they're up to something.
You think?
He thinks they're up to something. How? I mean, granted, most of the time they are up to something, but they seemed innocent enough. They were just helping Gonzo get to the basement. That was it. I think they're up to something, and that something is being very helpful. Mr. Mosby then consoles Kermit, saying that he's gonna do a great job and that nothing can go wrong, right as Gonzo explodes through the vent and tackles both of them to the ground.
Well, thanks for breaking my fall.
I don't suppose you want to take over full time, do you?
I can't say that I do.
We then transition back to the read-through table with Swedish Chef, and the group says, yeah, how was that? How was the changes we made to your sketch? And Swedish Chef ain't happy. Swedish Chef is about to go into some Swedish rage.
Uh-oh, let's get out of here. Come on, guys. Right this way. Don't you just love the creative process?
We then transition to Kermit hanging out with Ashley Tisdale, which, like, what the fuck? Ashley, you were available for this sketch, but you weren't available for the Sweet Life sketch? Anyway, Kermit is telling Ashley how much he loved High School Musical, and Ashley thanks him by showing him exactly where they filmed the Bop to the Top scene. Yeah, right, Ashley, you can't fool me. That doesn't look like an auditorium in a high school. I analyzed that entire movie. I think I know the auditorium from Bop to the Top, and that ain't it.
And by the way, where's Miss Piggy?
Well, she is, gee, I don't know, maybe she slipped away to look for Zac Efron.
Kermit then kind of proposes the idea to Ashley that maybe, you know, that she could do a little rendition of Bop to the Top with him. You know, it'd be fun, but, like, obviously, he's so underdressed. He's not prepared for the part at all.
Hello, Kermit.
Mucho gusto.
Why is he serving in that outfit? Kermit serving frog? That's dumb. They then start singing Bob to the Top, but the thing that I think is best about this sketch is that Kermit perfectly replicates Ryan's choreography in that scene. Like, the dancing is on par. I'm sure I'm showing like side-by-side footage of the two. I was so impressed. The little jump after blowing him away? Amazing. Minute 99 of High School Musical, the Bop to the Top reprise with Kermit the Frog gets S tier.
Caliente.
Suave.
And as they continue to dance with each other, Ashley even gets the chance to like swing around Kermit. And I love it when they do that with the Muppets. They fling one of the Muppets around so you can all of a sudden see their feet as they ragdoll around. It's so funny. I love it. But the fun starts to end there because Miss Piggy enters the room after looking extensively for Zac Efron and finds that her Kermie is dancing with another woman. And that just simply won't do.
Shake some booty and turn around.
I'll show her how to shake some booty.
I mean, damn, I don't blame Miss Piggy. Ashley was kind of throwing it around over there for Kermit, and Kermit seemed to like what he saw. Miss Piggy then butts herself into their duet, dressed up like Sharpay herself. Everybody vote in the comments, who's the better, Sharpay, Miss Piggy, or Ashley Tisdale? It's definitely not Ashley Tisdale. She looks nothing like Sharpay.
Hello? Sharpay? People say I look just like her. Really? I don't see it.
And as the song ends, they bop Kermit a little bit too hard and he falls to the ground. It's called Bop to the Top, not bop a man's top. Come on, ladies. So as Miss Piggy accuses Ashley of being a terrible human and they squabble over who's better, Kermit tries to reconcile the two, but he does a very poor job of it.
Remember, we're all in this together. This is what we've been looking for.
What is he talking about?
I have no idea. I mean, let's not stick to the status quo, no.
Don't worry, Kermit. I tried doing the same thing with the song titles at the very beginning of my High School Musical video. It just never works that well. Alright, now we're on to like the last main bit of this first special, and it's the Jonas Brothers. Hell yeah. What's gonna be their bit? Well, first off, Miss Piggy comes in and interrupts the Jonas Brothers' rehearsal to state that she was supposed to have her own music number, but she got bumped for the Jonas Brothers. A little fucked up. So she decides that she's going to be a part of their group by being the Jonas Sister.
Miss Piggy? I am no longer Miss Piggy. I am Joan S. Jonas, your long-lost sister.
Beautiful. It writes itself, you guys. Then the Jonas Brothers and Miss Piggy, they do a little duet of their song, That's How We Roll. It's great. It's funny. Love it. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Next.
We might just pull this thing off. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna get fired after all.
Now we got one final bit where it's the start of the live show where Dylan and Cole are about to come on and do their monologue. But we see Fozzie's out there. He's kind of like the opener. And he is just bombing it as per usual.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the doc.
Boo! Uh-oh, we're out of ammo. Oh, it's too late anyway. The bear's gone and the show is starting.
Oh, good. I needed a nap.
So then Dylan and Cole come on, they do their little bit, and then that's the end of the first special. Great first special. Love it. It really sets the tone for this series going forward. Just nice little bits with each of the Disney Channel stars and corresponding Muppets. And a nice meaty sketch in the middle where the Muppets kind of integrate themselves with a known format, which is one of the shows on Disney Channel. Just great. Now we get to the second special, which I have some issues with. This second special was not as memorable to me. I remember this first one pretty well now that I rewatch it, but the second one I could not really remember all that much. This one came out in October of 2008 during like the Whiztober branding that Disney Channel does every single year. But I feel like this second one was just not as memorable, or also it just wasn't as funny as the first one was. I think it's mainly because the second special kind of had a B team of Disney Channel stars, because they had like the Cheetah Girls and the cast of Wizards of Waverly Place and some other floaters like Jason Earls, Jason Dolly, Moises Arias, and Demi Lovato. Now I know calling Selena Gomez part of the B team is kind of blasphemous from right now, but I mean, come on, put yourself back in 2008. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Hannah Montana were very established shows. Wizards of Waverly Place was kind of newer. But before we get into how else I think they messed up this second special of Studio DC Almost Live, let's watch it so you can get a feel of it yourself. yourself. This one starts off pretty much the same with another opening credits where we're introduced to all the people that are going to be on the episode. But this one's a little bit different because this one they actually get personalized little credit scenes unlike the first one did with some people. I'm looking at you, Miley and Ashley. So we get into Selena coming out and trying to practice her monologue, just like with Dylan and Cole in the first special. But this one we actually see she tries doing some jokes.
So there's 2 biscuits were shoved into an oven. First biscuit says, I think it's getting warm in here. Second biscuit says, holy cow, a talking biscuit.
Good one.
I will admit, I laughed when Fozzie was the only one laughing. Scooter then cuts the rehearsal early, and Selena says that she'll make her own monologue, but Fozzie comes out and is just like, what the heck? This was some of my best stuff.
Maybe I should just come out and talk about the Wizards of Waverly Place or my movie Princess Protection Program.
Sounds like too much talka, not enough waka waka.
But you're a professional comedian, Fozzie, and I'm afraid that if I come out and tell a joke, everyone's gonna waka waka out.
Funny! Can I use that?
Selena then leaves to try and figure out her monologue, and she meets up with none other than Demi Lovato, who at this point is only really known for Camp Rock. And also, as the bell rings, duh, the bigger of the two, obviously. I just think it's kind of funny how big Demi was even before Sunny with a Chance happened. Because it's like she's plastered everywhere, but all she has is one fucking movie. I don't know. Disney Channel was a different breed at that time. They were replaying that movie over and over and over and over and over. See, they're using this transition with Animal already in the second special, and be prepared to see it multiple more times. Selena then asks Demi for her feedback on the monologue, and Demi, she admits that it needs some work.
Come on, Demi. What do you really think about it? Well, okay, it needs a little bit of work. So you're my best friend, help me. Oh, you could talk about our movie, Princess Protection Program.
Alright, we fucking get it. Princess Protection Program is coming out soon. God damn. I don't care about Disney Channel stars at this point. I care about the fucking Muppets. And all I'm seeing are Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato on my screen. I was promised Muppets. There we are. Kermit. Thank you. Giving the gentlest little hug to Demi, I love him. I want a gentle hug from Kermit. Maybe also a gentle kiss. No, I'm joking. Oh, be fucking for real. If you got the chance to kiss Kermit the Frog, you would. You would. Don't lie to me. Don't fucking give me that. You would. For the clout. That would be one of the best 2 truths and a lie ever. I was born in 1997. I was a twin. I've kissed Kermit the Frog. Which one was the truth and which one was the lie? I'll tell you what. One of the truths was I did in fact kiss Kermit. Anyway, before I got sidetracked, the 2 Jasons, Jason Dolly and Jason Earls, and Kermit come on, and they're dressed up in this big winter attire because they're getting ready for the big sketch of the episode, the Blizzards of Waverly Place, which promptly gets canceled, probably for the best.
Oh, did you guys not hear that sketch got changed?
Oh, Demi, my friend, who's a girl, practically my girlfriend. If they changed the sketch, I think we would have heard an announcement.
Blizzards of Waverly Place sketch is cut.
Oh, like that.
I mean, what is there of substance in that sketch idea besides going in the middle of Waverly Place while there's a snowstorm and just saying, brr, who else would have thought there'd be a blizzard in Waverly Place? Wink. But another thing in this moment that Jason kind of implies is that he has a thing for Demi, which is so weird, because if you don't know, Jason Earls, old as hell when he's on Disney Channel. Let me do a quick little Google search. Demi Lovato, born 1992. Jason Earls, 1977. 15-year age gap between the two of them. Demi about to fucking write a song about this age gap. How old was she in 2008? 16. She was 16 when she was filming this. Jason is practically double her age at this moment. Disney Channel writers, what the fuck? Gross. Anyway, now that the Blizzards of Waverly Place sketch is canceled, the 2 Jasons go to craft services, which is unfortunately manned by the Swedish chef.
How about a club sandwich? Make that 2 club sandwiches. I've never seen a club sandwich made like that before. Swedish, we just wanted a couple of club sandwiches.
Yeah.
He just clubbed the sandwich.
Good bit. Took a little bit long to get to the punchline, but good bit. We then transition to the Cheetah Girls' dressing room as Kermit comes in and is like, hey, I'm looking for Miley. And they're just like, oh my god, Kermit, we fucking love you.
Oh, just want to squeeze his cheeks.
Gee, ladies, I am flattered.
Oh, don't you mean flattered?
No, I mean, you squeeze me so hard, I'm actually flattered.
As the Cheetah Girls are swooning over Kermit, Miss Piggy interrupts their fun and reminds them that that frog's taken. Okay? I can barely snap now. Oh, that sucks. Okay? Sorry, this hand's still fucked up. And then Miss Piggy informs the Cheetah Girls that she is now the 4th Cheetah Girl, and they will be performing together.
Oh, that's so wild.
We then transition over to David Henry hanging out with Selena Gomez. David's heard that Selena's having trouble with her monologue and proposes a song that she should do. So he does a little ditty with Floyd from the Electric Mayhem that is a song all about how cool David Henry is, of course.
And there's just one guest star that I love the most, David Henry. Yes, sirree, that David Henry. Oh, he is so funny.
David, don't you think it'd be a little weird that I'm singing all about you in my monologue?
What? That song could be about anyone.
Selena thanks David, obviously, because it's a beautiful song, but she promptly leaves. Come on, Selena. You're so ungrateful. Gonzo then comes in and asks David for his help because he was reading a wizardry book to his girlfriend Camilla and actually turned her from a chicken into a turkey. It happens to the best of us. So David has to explain to Gonzo that he only plays a wizard on TV.
I'm no more of a wizard than you are. I play the guitar, I play hockey, and I play a wizard only on TV.
Ah.
Oh, okay, David. You phony.
It's too bad we're not on TV. Yeah.
After Gonzo and Camilla leave, and also Floyd, Pepe and Rizzo come rushing into the dressing room, and they propose to him their new business venture.
David!
Henry!
Oh! Yeah, just the person we've been looking for.
Shoot, I feel more popular than the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, Cece, we know they're very cute.
I just think it's funny that some of the Disney Channel stars will admit that there are bigger Disney Channel stars than themselves. Like the Cheetah Girls are like, I saw Zac Efron over there. And David Henry can make jokes about almost being as popular as the Jonas Brothers. I think it just shows a little bit of their humanity, that they're willing to take a joke.
Oh, actually, guys, I'm kind of busy right now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
As you know, Rizzo and I are big fans of yours.
That's why we want to invite you in on the ground floor of our brand new musical genre. It's called Polka Rap.
Pepe and Rizzo try to sell David on joining their polka rap music genre, but David just keeps trying to be nice and turn them down lightly. But these two will not take no for an answer.
You know, guys, it's just not my style.
Oh. Come on, you don't have a style.
Are you starting to see why this one didn't really work? It's because they're hitting a lot of similar beats like the first one, just not as funny. Miss Piggy was the Jonas sister. Now she's the new Cheetah Girl. Pepe and Rizzo tried to get Dylan and Cole to do a rap album. Now they're trying to get David to do one. They're just retreading a lot of what they did in the first special. Like, geez, just cheating off yourself, Disney? Have you no shame? So David lets them down a little lightly and says that he'll give it a shot here in the dressing room and that they should just go. Bye-bye. See you later. We then see Selena meet up with the two Jasons and Fozzie as they're in banana costumes for the sketch Banana Montana.
Sorry, gang, the network doesn't like bananas. Get into your kumquat uniforms.
It's really funny, great bit, moving on. We then see Miss Piggy interrupt the Cheetah Girls' rehearsal, and then she comes on as the 4th Cheetah Girl, and they do a little duet of their song Dance Me If You Can from the movie Cheetah Girls One World. And Miss Piggy gets more and more winded as the song goes on.
Oh boy! Can somebody bring me some oxygen?
Very, very funny. Ha ha ha. Moving on. There's Animal again. Love him. We then go to a quick bit where Moises Arias and Jake T. Austin are trying to roast Statler and Waldorf, the roast masters themselves.
You guys are so old that on your first birthday cakes, there were no candles.
Really? Why is that?
Because they hadn't invented fire yet. Yes.
Yeah. You guys don't got it. If the most recent Game Awards have taught me anything, it's that Statler and Waldorf cannot be touched. No one does it quite like them. And after another animal transition, that's like the 3rd one this episode, guys. We cut to Gonzo coming in and asking Selena if she can turn Camilla back into a chicken. And Selena has to come clean and tell Gonzo that she is also not a real wizard.
Gonzo, I'm not a real wizard. I just play one on TV.
You mean you can't conjure up dragons or bring toasters to life?
Nope. I'm just a regular person like you. Well, I'm a regular person.
What the hell is that supposed to mean, Selena? What are you trying to imply? Gonzo isn't a real person. He's a puppet. Well, guess what? You're a puppet for the Disney Corporation. Ever think about that? You act for them. You'll be in their shows, their little movies, your little princess protection programs, and then you go off, you do record deals for them. You're just a puppet, just like everybody else around here at Studio DC Almost Live. Speak for yourself, Selena. Oh, wait. You can't, because you have to fit into the Disney mold, don't ya? You make me sick, Selena. Gonzo is a more real person than you'll ever be.
Oh, Camilla, my dear, you are so going to hate Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So since Selena can't help Camilla, Gonzo and her go and find the final one of the wizards, Jake T. Austin.
Oh, hi, Jake. Wow, that is a tall stool.
I know, it's for that sketch, High Stool Musical. It got canceled.
High Stool Musical? Yeah, that's what I like to call the time when I'm in the bathroom after I get home from the bars and I still get a song left in my heart. And I'm free! Free falling! But it turns out Jake is actually a wizard. So he's able to turn Camilla back into a chicken. Hooray!
Hubba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hubba-ba-lickin'. Turn this turkey back into a Camilla!
Camilla! Oh, Camilla, I missed you. You really are a wizard.
It's pure magic.
After we find out that magic is real in this universe, Demi and Selena meet up at craft services with Swedish Chef, who insists that he makes them something. And by something, I mean just the most appetizing smoothie there could ever be. It's like it got all the main food groups. Dairy, meat, grains. I mean, so thoughtful of the chef.
1, 2, 3. Wow, that's really good.
Oh yeah, that's really good, Demi? Is it?
Really good.
She can never say anything is really good ever again, can she?
Well, I gotta go.
Demi is then scheduled to rehearse her duet with Kermit and the Electric Mayhem as their backing band. Demi is pretty nervous to sing with Kermit. She thinks that he's gonna think that she's weird, but I mean, what are you talking about? You're Demi goddamn Lovato. As previously stated, I am Demi's biggest stan. So before Kermit shows up, the Electric Mayhem tries to ease her nerves.
What's wrong, Miss Demi? Your smile seems kind of semi.
I'm just kind of nervous because, I'm singing with Kermit. He's like an icon.
Funny, I always thought of him as a frog.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Yeah. All right.
But finally Kermit shows up and it's time to rehearse Demi's song, This Is Me from Camp Rock. But as Demi starts to sing, Miss Piggy comes on and informs Kermit, no, you will not be singing with another woman. You're mine, Buster. So while Demi is singing, it's about to be Kermit's cue to come on. Miss Piggy drags him off stage though, and Scooter's there like, who's going to replace Kermit? And then he looks at none other than our boy, Beaker. Oh! I don't care who you are, Beaker's hilarious. And even though this special's been pretty lackluster, this is a highlight of the special. Beaker coming on and singing This Is Me with Demi Lovato, because all he can say is me, 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 me. It's perfect. And of course, as thanks, Demi gives Beaker a little peck on the cheek, and Beaker goes down. Man down! Muppet down! Man or Muppet, which one? And as rehearsals are wrapping up, it's time for Selena to finally go on and do her monologue.
What are you supposed to be?
Well, they finally settled on the final comedy sketch. Ham on Montana.
Oh, that's funny.
The bit sucked. Boo! So yeah, then Selena goes on, she delivers her monologue, which is very anticlimactic.
We have a great show planned for you tonight.
Great show!
It'll be an awesome
What? Was she sleeping through the rehearsal? No, but thank goodness we were.
And then we have a final bit with Miss Piggy finally finding Zac Efron's trailer, which she barges into with the lunch that she steals from a PA.
Oh, Zac Efron!
And that was the second Studio DC Almost Live, and also the final one. So now that we've seen both of them, why do I think the first special succeeded while the second one failed? Well, to start off, I think the first special did really well, mainly because it was a good special. It was pretty funny, it was structured really well with the 3 musical acts, and also there being like a main Sweet Life of Zack and Cody sketch in the middle. And then the interactions with the Disney stars and the Muppets in between the musical acts and the sketches were kind of kept pretty short. But the second one just did not have that same structure. These interactions with the Muppets and the Disney Channel stars pretty much became the sketches. And I felt like that really was to the second special's detriment. And there were only 2 musical bits in the second special, if you don't count the David Henry bit, which I do not, with the Cheetah Girls and the Demi Lovato bit. Granted, the Demi Lovato bit with Beaker was really funny, but the Cheetah Girls one was just, they did the song and the funny bit was that Miss Piggy got winded. Okay. Meanwhile, the musical bits in the first special, the Miley Cyrus one, the Bop to the Top one, and the Jonas Brothers one, they all had a little bit more to chew on. The Miley Cyrus one, you know, the band's gone, so they got replaced with the Electric Mayhem. Pepe and Rizzo are trying to get money out of Billy Ray, and Miley and Animal start to have a little thing for each other. The Bop to the Top one, Miss Piggy is upset with Ashley and that she's trying to steal her man from her. The Jonas Brothers one, Miss Piggy auditions to be the Jonas Sister, and then becomes the Jonas Sister. Perfect. Not to mention that the bit of the 2 musical numbers in the second special are copied over from the Bop to the Top sketch and the Jonas Brothers sketch. In these 2, Miss Piggy is jealous of Kermit performing with another lady and sabotages the performance. And in these 2, Miss Piggy appoints herself the 4th member of the group. Like, come on, Miss Piggy. I thought you were better than this. Well, I guess if Miss Piggy was to copy anyone, it would be herself. But also, they never had like a proper sketch in this like sketch show that they're about to do. And it could have been really easy. They centered around like the Wizards of Waverly Place cast. I think the sketch should have been like Gonzo was a brand new wizard with Selena, David, and Jake playing their characters from Wizards of Waverly Place. And he is just a mess, and they try to clean up his mess, you know? It writes itself, you guys. Gonzo makes a bunch of people into chickens and can't figure out which one is Camilla or something, and the 4 of them have to figure out how to turn these chickens back into people. It would have been great. Would have been way funnier than the trying to turn Camilla from a turkey back into a chicken bit. Second reason why I think the second special wasn't as good as the first one is because, as I previously said, they had already used a lot of their heavy hitter stars in the first special, and the second one had a lot of their quote-unquote B-team stars that I like to call them. So since big stars like Miley and the Jonas Brothers were already used, they had to use a lot of random stars for the second special that led to not a lot of cohesiveness between each segment. And also, I feel like at this point already, they didn't have many more Disney Channel stars to work with, because at this point in Disney Channel's history, October of 2008, when the second special aired, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, and Wizards of Waverly Place were the only live-action shows on Disney Channel that were airing new episodes. Because Cory in the House had ended earlier in 2008, so like anybody from the That's So Raven, Cory in the House shows, they weren't going to have them back, except they did have Jason Dolley. But I think Jason Dolley was already doing more stuff with Disney Channel with like Hatching Pete coming out sometime next year. And also, Sunny with a Chance wasn't going to start for another few months in 2009. So they didn't really have a lot to work with. But my third and final thing that they got the most wrong with these specials was that they just had the Disney Channel stars play themselves. They didn't have them play as their characters from the shows that we all know and love, except for the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody sketch, which, let's be honest, was the best part of both specials combined. So since the Disney Channel stars are just playing themselves, they kind of have to be these squeaky clean versions of themselves. So we're like, oh, that's Selena Gomez, not Alex Russo, the back-talking sassy one. That's Selena. She's supposed to be a good role model for all kids. So she can't be back-talking and sassy to everybody. She has to be nice. Which, when every single person has to be nice, it just doesn't work. The Cheetah Girls, they're all just being nice to Kermit and Miss Piggy. David Henry, he's being a little bit sassy, but not really. Moises Arias, he's pretty forgettable in that special, I'll be honest. So yeah, I think what would have worked way better is if we saw the Muppets interact with the Disney Channel characters, not the Disney Channel stars. And we only got a glimpse of that in that one Sweet Life of Zack and Cody sketch. So since the Disney Channel stars couldn't play their characters from the movies or TV shows that we we all know and love them from, they had to play sanitized versions of themselves, because Disney Channel wants their stars to be perceived as these perfect little angels, the perfect role models for all children of the world. And that especially felt true in the second special, where every moment they were trying to shoehorn in these little ad times for other Disney Channel properties like Princess Protection Program or Dadnapped or Cheetah Girls One World, instead of what these actors are probably thinking, which is, oh fuck, I get to act with the Muppets. Holy shit, that's awesome. So anyway, what's the point of all this? Why did I make this video? Well, I wanted to tell you, do I think these specials are good? Yes, I do. And I think they're worth being watched and remembered. But do I think they could have been better? Yes, I do. And I wanted to tell you my reasonings for that. I just think, as we've all come to realize in recent times with Disney, is that they kind of don't know what to do with the Muppets. It's just that the Muppets are such a worldwide institution that everybody loves, or at least should, and Disney is kind of just squandering them. And this goes all the way back to 2008 with Studio DC Almost Live. But now these specials where the Disney Channel stars and the Muppets crossed over together, they've kind of just become a forgotten time in Disney Channel's history, instead of being revered like a lot of these other Disney Channel crossovers have become in our memories. They had something special here, and they barely scraped the surface of it, and that's a damn shame. And now they're getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D at the parks. God damn it. Give me the Muppets, Disney. I'll show them the love that they deserve. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about Studio DC Almost Live. And I'm just glad I'm finally back to making a video. Sorry about that, y'all. Your boy got a little busy in the second half of the year. Not to mention that being in a car accident does not do you many favors. You gotta frickin' heal your bones. Puh. I ain't got the time. But if you're watching this, I appreciate your patience with me. I know quite a few of you are new subscribers here because YouTube decided a few months ago to promote my Hoops and Yo-Yo video that I made 3.5 years ago. Very weird, but I'm thankful you're here. But if you're watching this and happen to not be subscribed to my channel, maybe do that, please. I hope you liked the video enough to get to the end of it and want to see more of me. So maybe subscribe and I'll love you forever. And also, while you're down there, throw the video a like, it helps out a lot. And if you want even more of me, you can find me on social media. I am at Alec Combs, ALECCOMES, on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. I'm now on Blue Sky, everybody. Ding! And you can also check out my podcast with two of my best friends, Screenplay the Improvised Movie. You can find the video podcast on our YouTube channel, or you can listen to the audio podcast on any podcast streaming service that you use.
I'll ask him.
All right, well,
leans over and goes, "What year is it?"
There's like a window cleaner, like on the
he's
the
like
other side.
40 stories down. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like on the other side of the building. He's like,
Huh? What year is it now?
It's 1996.
Thank you.
Why did you need to know?
What?
Why did you need to know?
I think we time traveled.
You what?
We time traveled.
You time unraveled?
You know what? This guy doesn't need to know.
Hey!
Oh, yeah? What do you want?
Why are you up there?
We work for this company.
What company? That building hasn't been sold yet.
And we're inspecting. Guys, let's just get out of here.
Forget you saw us.
Okay. He goes back to his window cleaning.
Whoa. He just forgot he saw us.
And that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a happy holidays and a happy new year. I don't know when this video is coming out. Maybe before, maybe after. Who knows? And I will leave you with some deleted scenes or outtakes from this video that I couldn't put anywhere else. Bye-bye. I mean, what else is there of substance in that sketch idea besides just going out in the middle of a blizzard and you're a wizard and you're just like... Burr. What the fuck is that supposed to mean, Selena? Gonzo is a real person. What are you implying? That he's a puppet? Fuck you. You're a puppet of the system. We're all puppets. Gonzo's the only real one here.
Oh, that was great. It was wonderful.
What, the show?
No, my nap. I slept through the whole thing.